And if a candidate goes over their allotted time, you'll hear this.
It sounds like a game show, but it's not.
I want to fire everybody in D.C. in both parties. Chris, look, I'll give you a ribbon for participation and a juice box, but in the real world, it's about results. And number two, you know who I respect in the Democratic Party? You know why I respect them? Because they fight.
I was in Washington, Iowa, about 3 months ago, talking about how bad Washington, D.C. is. It was get the kind of the... Anyway.
I've never met Vladimir Putin, but I know enough about him to know he's a gangster.
Well, John, I don't really have any weaknesses that I can think of. But my wife is down here in the front, and I'm sure if you'd like to talk to her later, she can give you more than you'll ever be able to take care of.
But then his poll numbers tanked. That's why he's on the end. And he got nasty. So you know what? You can have him.
I mean, literally, the Senate, what is it, like a French work week? You get like 3 days where you have to show up? You can campaign or just resign and let someone else take the job.
Let me be honest with the people who are watching at home. The government has lied to you, and they have stolen from you.
First of all, yes, we've stolen. Yes, we've lied to the American people.
You find a Democrat that's for cutting taxes, cutting spending $10, I'll give him a warm kiss.
Thank you, Governor.
He's already hedging his bets because he's used to buying politicians.
Well, I've given him plenty of money.
What'd you get from Hillary Clinton and Nancy Pelosi?
Well, I'll tell you what. With Hillary Clinton, I said, be at my wedding, and she came to my wedding. You know why? She had no choice.
You want someone to grab a beer with? I may not be that guy. But if you want someone to drive you home, I will get the job done, and I will get you home.
As far as the wall is concerned, we're going to build a wall. I do want a wall. Walls do work. They built the Great Wall of China. Walls work. We can do a wall. We're going to have a big, fat, beautiful door right in the middle of the wall. I will build a wall. It'll be a great wall. Drugs will not pour through that wall. And Mexico's going to pay for the wall.
I just want the record to reflect. I asked you about the debt limit, and I got no answer.
Okay, all right, you want me to answer that question? I'm happy to answer the question. I'm happy to answer the question, but let me tell you how the question is.
Thank you. Governor Bush.
Gerald, it was
just
What happened to my
question? You're not going to have my back. I'm going to have my back.
How
are you supposed
Use
to?
the Fourth
No, I'll tell you how you
get a warrant.
Let me tell you something.
Get
you
a
go
judge to sign
when
a warrant.
Senator.
Planned Parenthood. We elected a Republican Congress to do this, and they should be doing it, and they're not. Now, I don't know whether he'll do it or not, but let's force him to do it.
Dana, I'd like to link these two issues, both of which are incredibly important. Iran and Planned Parenthood. Watch a fully formed fetus on the table, its heart beating, its legs kicking, while someone says we have to keep it alive to harvest its brain.
We're clearly not having that beer you mentioned. But I'll give you 30 more seconds
But I'll buy you a tequila.
Okay, all right.
Or even some famous Colorado brownies.
You called Mr. Trump a clown, a buffoon, something else that cannot be repeated on television.
None of which is true.
Is it true?
No, it's not true.
I am very happy that you denied that, and I appreciate that very much. I mean, he's a true gentleman. He really is.
That ISIS was not a
Am I
not
talking or are you talking, Jim?
I'm talking right now. I'm talking.
You can go back. You're not talking. You interrupted me,
September 30th,
Are you going to
you said it.
apologize, Jeb? No.
Look, the simple fact is, if you think this is tough and you're not being treated
This
fairly,
isn't tough and easy.
imagine what it's going to be like dealing with Putin,
always
or
as
dealing
easy
with
as you,
President
Jeff.
Xi, or dealing with the Islamic terrorism that exists. This is a tough business to run for president.
I know. You're a tough guy, Jeb.
And it's
your
deal
brother
with Iran.
and your brother's administration gave us Barack Obama because it was such a disaster those last 3 months that Abraham Lincoln couldn't have been elected.
You know what? The one guy that had some special interest that I know of that tried to get me to change my views on something that was generous and gave me money was Donald Trump. He wanted casino gambling in Florida.
I didn't want
Yes, you did.
Totally false.
You wanted it, and you didn't get it because I was
it.
opposed to casino gambling before,
promise I would've
during,
gotten it.
and after. And that's not, I'm not going to be bought by anybody.
I promise, if I wanted it, I would have gotten it.
No way, man.
Believe me.
Nope.
I know my people.
Not even possible.
I know my people. Well, I have to tell you, I hear phenomenal things. I hear your wife is a lovely woman.
She is.
I
She's
don't
fantastic.
know her, and this
She
is
is
a total
absolutely the love of my life, and
mischaracterization of what
she's
I
right
said.
here. And why don't
Good.
you apologize
Good.
for her?
No, I won't
right
do that
now.
because I said nothing wrong. But I do hear she's a lovely woman.
So here's the deal. 40 years ago, I smoked marijuana, and I admit it. I'm sure that other people might have done it and may not want to say it in front of 25 million people. My mom's not happy that I just did.
Mr. Trump?
She has the baby in the United States and we take care of the baby for 85 years? I don't think so. They're coming from Asia to have babies here, and all of a sudden we have to take care of the babies for the life of the baby. We're going to take care of those babies for 70, 75, 80, 90 years? I don't think so.
If I were sitting at home and watching this back and forth, I'd be inclined to turn it off.